I'll be honest, Coach Hugh Freeze is reminding me of this guy, but in a good way, because he's assembling so much great offensive talent so early in the 2024 class. Brand new commitment to talk about. Let's talk about who he is, what it means for him, and Auburn football. Before all that, though, make sure you smash that like button if you enjoy this type of content, and be sure to drop a comment down below as you're watching or listening today about this topic. It will help enter you into that ongoing subscriber giveaway for a signed Auburn football prize package. Details are listed in the description link. And lastly, I want to thank members of our booster club like Ann W, who help produce videos like this. Isn't it nice to have so much momentum building the 2024 class so early, especially on both sides of the ball, now having an even distribution in this class with this commitment? An offensive commit, a running back commit added for Hugh Freeze and his arsenal right after they got a quarterback commit. You can check out that video if you want to hear about it. But your brand new commitment is J'Marion Burnette, the nickname Fat, I think is what his nickname is, added to this 2024 class. As is typical in these videos, we're going to talk a little bit about the prospect and then about what it means for him in Auburn football. So let's jump right into that right now with talking about the timeline of events. How did we get to this point, him committing to be part of the 2024 class? Started all the way back when he was offered by Auburn on April 7th of 2022. As a junior at that point, obviously he's a rising senior. He had several unofficial visits to Auburn throughout the summer and fall, and even attended Auburn's junior day with a lot of other highly touted prospects. And since that point, there's been a lot of momentum and acceleration for him to go ahead and make that decision, and obviously now deciding to commit to the Tigers. Now let's talk about some of the facts that you're probably interested in knowing about this prospect. He's considered a 4-star running back recruit from Andalusia, Alabama, and plays for Andalusia High School. But what type of running back will he be? Well, he's probably going to be on the bigger side. Here are his measurables. 6'1", 210 pounds seems to be the consensus out there. So what does that do comparisons-wise? Well, I'm going to give you one that's very relevant to Auburn fans currently. Tank Bigsby. On Auburn's website, he's listed at 213 pounds, 6 foot. So that makes J'Marion 1 inch taller and only 3 pounds currently lighter than Tank Bigsby. So that should give you an idea of the type of back that he is currently, but also will be for Auburn. Here are a few of the storylines around this commitment that I found interesting. This will make 2 cycles in a row, currently as they're both listed, Auburn taking the best running back out of the state of Alabama. That says a lot when your in-state rival is Alabama and the ability they have to produce running backs. 2 years in a row, the best one as they're currently listed are coming to Auburn. That's an incredible feat in and of itself. The other thing that's really cool to think about is the acceleration that happened with his interest to go ahead and commit. There are some things implicating the rest of the running back class for this cycle that we're going to talk about in a little bit that I think are the reason why you saw this move so quickly towards a commitment this early. And finally, let's talk about some stats in the About the Prospect section of this video that'll help finish that picture for you about what type of back you're getting to come to Auburn and be part of this class. In his 2022 season, his junior year, obviously, he had 1,553 all-purpose yards. This also included on 187 carries, 17 total touchdowns. He's a big back with a lot of production. Now that you know a little bit about the player, let's now talk about what it means, yes, for him, but for Auburn football. And we always start right here with talking the numbers game for the recruiting class right now. This is the 4th total commit in 2024, the 4th high school commit, the 2nd on offense, and obviously, as we've already addressed, the 1st running back in this class thus far. Now we want to ask the question, what are his playing opportunities even early when he arrives on campus at Auburn? Now you have to look at the depth chart to answer that question. I think it's going to show you that we can probably expect this guy to redshirt, just given who is currently here and who might still be here when he arrives. So as it stands right now, you've got Jarquez Hunter and Brian Body, who are going to probably be carrying the majority of the load at Auburn this season. If they both have outstanding seasons, especially Jarquez, they can probably go to the NFL, so they might be gone. But even still, that means that Damari Alston gets to shine and step up into the role next. And now you've even got Jeremiah Cobb coming into the fold from the 2023 cycle that really fills up that room quite nicely, especially if we take anybody else in this cycle. So I would just expect him to redshirt right now. Now let's talk about where this commit comes from, because it's a big part of the equation in the whole recruiting process, where we're we're drawing them from, big relationships being built in certain areas. This one, again, from the state of Alabama. That is huge. 3 in this cycle from Alabama thus far. The other 2 were in Birmingham. This one is in the more southern part of Alabama in Andalusia. And finally, we look at what this commitment means for the rest of this class, and more specifically, the running back part of this class. Now, typically you might see 1, maybe 2 running backs in a class, depending on what your depth chart looks like. And Auburn's got not a full depth chart, but enough in there right now. So you might expect this would be the only one. Well, Cadillac Williams has been reported to have said that he's going to take more than 1, 2 specifically in this class. At least that's the plan right now. So it makes sense why Burnette wanted to accelerate his process and go and commit right now to be in the fold in Auburn so early. So there you have it, my thoughts on your brand new commitment for this class, J'Marion Burnette. Would love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Be sure to do that so you can be entered into that subscriber giveaway, and make sure you subscribe because that's part of the process too. And lastly, check out those links in the description for ways you can help support our content here at E2C Network, where we share the whole Auburn experience. War Eagle.